Q-22, God is both good and negative. Therefore, it does not choose sides as it is a force. Ask yourself this. Have you always been good? As this would make you perfect. Even the Jewish God Yahweh murdered the firstborn of all Egyptian children so that Musa or Moses would rise and also slaughter Ramses' armies at the Red Sea. A necessary evil, absolutely. Is this supposed to be the one true God? Yet he could not convince us with all of his might to let the Israelis leave without all this destruction. Unless there must have been a fight between gods. But what and for what reasons would one of the most successful man-kings not submit to this true God? Well, my friends, the answer lies in esoteric teachings. You see, initially Ramses allowed the Israelis to leave because the reins of power were to shift from Egypt to Israel as the mantle of power, the Ark of the Covenant, and advanced technology which permits the priest to consort with the spiritual world, amongst other relics, which are weapons. This ark also allows them to wield supernatural powers, like levitating 200-ton stones, cut crystals with their minds, and bury stargates deep underground without shovels. But like all infants, we cannot abandon our favorite toys without protest. But for a king to foolishly sacrifice his entire army, this gadget must have been something else. And the God that we all pray to must be a spiritual force, not a singular God, nor a God that favors one race from another. As even though almost his entire army was killed, Ramses' reign was quite successful. Therefore, for some stupid reason, the one true God must have forgiven himself for fighting himself, since the Jewish God conveniently allowed his people to be slaves, and nothing could be done until the ark was given to the Jewish people. It is of interest to note that the same ark from Mesopotamia was this ark that destroyed the walls of Jericho, somehow given back to the Egyptians on loan from the Egyptians. Then for some reason the artifacts of power was surrendered to the Jewish people. So there's absolute proof that some artifact throughout human history has changed hands and has caused the success for the protectors of it and the devastating godly defeat for their enemies. Proof of this is in the similarities in myths and legends of the same gods with different names. Athena and Hathor, both goddesses of love and fertility. Hermes and Mercury, messengers of God and people. Diana and Artemis, the Sufi green man, and Osiris, as they depicted as green, they are Anunnaki. Anunnaki means from heaven they came. Isis and Hera, goddesses of the underworld, which consorts with the kings of the underworld or heavens, Osiris and Zeus. So then, if we have the same gods from one religion to the next, as it must be that these gods are the creators of the ark, as humans are the protectors of it, I mean, what society would that be? So when the ark moves, new civilizations are created, but advanced with spiritual and technological knowledge. If this is true, then yes, all the gods must be one God. A supreme God, a collective. In materialistic primitive interpretations, this is fact. How the spirit and collective consciousness works is that a person or human or gods can coexist all in one body, up to 10 to 15 people for an average human and 30 to 50 for stronger gods. This is called the collective consciousness and the neural net. Therefore, omnipresent and all-powerful and all-knowing, because they are 100,000 years old and use the knowledge of the collective consciousness like the internet to gather information and use GPS to locate people. As they traverse from race to race, they educate and enlighten the masses and then leave. Like Jesus did when he disappeared from the ages of 13 to 29, teaching all the other countries, like the Dalai Lama does now. The alien that is depicted as Superman are all the same being incarnate into different bodies to please indiscrimination and to favor and in the non-promotion of racism.